You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.
Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? All right. So this was inspired a bit by Destro. Shout out to Destro. And something he covered, maybe a day ago, maybe 2 days ago. Yeah. So we're gonna start off, yeah, as y'all can see from the title, the antagonistic ladies throwing shots, right? I changed up the thumbnail, so if y'all check out the thumbnail, y'all will see a kind of stick figure drawing of a little girl or a girl, female throwing a rock at a male, look like a little boy, stick figure, right? I was thinking about using that book cover of Boys Are Stupid, Throw Rocks at Them. I didn't know if I was gonna get a copyright, so I might end up using that in the future because there's a whole lot of antagonism going on concerning the ladies towards the men. So we will get to that eventually, and we'll see if they strike me for that. But it's not only ladies antagonizing the men; the ladies are antagonizing other ladies. So the single women are antagonizing the married women, the women with children. We just have a whole culture right now of taking autonomy and just running it all the way until you fall off the goddamn edge of the cliff. And there's a cost to that, right? So what do I cover often? This. A disproportionate number of Black women are kinless as they age. Advocates say they deserve a social safety net too. So that's one of the things, right? That's the consequence of taking your autonomy, giving men the middle finger, right? Prancing around. I don't need no kid. I don't want any kids. Not even need. No one necessarily needs children. Not in modern day anyway. I don't want any children. I don't want no man living with me. I don't want no man. I don't need no man. All of that sound good, right? And you have, as I said earlier, not just women, particularly single women, but even some married women that and women in relationships that antagonize men in particular, right? But as I said earlier, you have single women antagonizing women in relationships, married women, and women with children. What that look like, Z?
One of the things that I love about being child free is here it is, a random Wednesday. I'm all packed and I'm getting ready to walk through the airport looking like somebody's rich wife. And I'm going to the south of France, baby. I'm flying into Nice and I'm going to Monaco and I'm meeting another girlfriend that is child free. And we're just out here living our best lives, you guys. These little Bottega glasses, these frames, eats. This look, I got this coat from Zara, like it's faux fur, but baby, still making me look rich, okay? And little Versace tote bag, you know, all the essentials. And while I'm out there, I might do a little shopping, you know, because I only spend my money on me. It's great.
Yeah, so that's the look of and the sound of I'm just enjoying me. And you know, shout out to her. We're not getting on her. We don't know her life. We don't know her in particular. Maybe one of y'all have followed her on whatever social media she's on. So this is not necessarily about her. What we are talking about, though, is this at scale, right? KMS, I told you I'm gonna be using that word all 2026. But this at scale, your population go to crap. Your future tax base, who's gonna pay that Social Security? Millennials and Gen Z and even the youngest of Xers already know we ain't getting it. Maybe even all of Xers know they're not gonna touch it. With that, this at scale is a societal problem. We've already established, for the most part, your average man does not care. We appreciate the societal cost of this, but we don't care about the individual woman that gives us the middle finger, right? But this at scale is a problem. I said earlier that this was inspired by Destro in something that he covered. He covered a young lady, Asian lady, probably sure it was a white man that did this to her, but I guess she had him in the friend zone or dude or whatever, and he spent some time chasing after her or whatever. They end up finally hooking up, and then he ghosted her afterward, right? So, but before that coverage, Deathstroke played a number, and he called it the Dark Berserker. But before he got to speaking about this one individual story, he had a collage of videos of just the what creates the berserker, right? The Dark Berserker man. And well, what it looked like is this.
Why would a man choose to become a dark berserker?
900 comments. 900 comments from men saying that they will never open their heart to a woman again.
Hey, your biggest secret?
I'm cheating on my boyfriend. There's like 5 other guys.
I'm confused how he doesn't know.
Because I have a separate account.
Well, why not just break up with your boyfriend?
One of the top 5 things on my bucket list for 2026 is taking a man that's already been through hell and showing him it actually gets absolutely the worse.
And remember, ladies, the whole plot is to be useless, self-centered, and selfish with your body. The game is to do less, give less, and require more.
I can't take anymore.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if your man is paying for rent, it doesn't mean he's providing for you. You would have had to pay for rent with or without you there.
With or without you there.
I need the men in my DMs to understand I'm gonna ask for some money.
Wait. Let's pause. Whoever that is, whether she's Latina or, because, some of these Latinas and Latinos look a bit East Asian-ish, regardless of if your man is paying the rent, he would have to pay the rent anyway. Look at the expression on her face. We're going to play it again. Look at the contempt for men. Look at the sass and the attitude. Look at the side eye she throws, right? Whoever ends up with her, y'all know Mr. Z loves saying it. When y'all see these women with this attitude and sass and just mad contempt for men, for boys, for males, whoever end up trying to do anything with her, you get what you get. When you see, because, men, some of us in our ego, oh, she's not going to treat me like that. She ain't going to talk to me like that. That's because that's y'all. And obviously we're living through the era of the defecating and insulting the red pill or manosphere men or black manosphere men. So you're gonna have a lot of these blue pill simps who think, oh no, she's talking about those type of men, not me. She's not talking about men like me. I'm an ally. Yawn. I'm not sexist. I'm not misogynistic. She's not talking about men like me. Okay. Huh? 2 years later, if even that long. 3 years later, 5 years later, see you in divorce court, player. We're going to play it again. All of these women are being antagonistic, but pay attention to homegirl's face. Remember what she's saying, too. Just because your man is paying all of the rent, in this case, we'll say all of the rent or all of the mortgage, doesn't mean anything because he would have had to do it if he was on his own anyway. The bar is at impossible because what women are saying without saying it is, I'm better than you. So there is no 50-50. You come to me with everything, and that's how you make up for me being better than you. Huh? Yes, pay for my life exorbitantly. Yes, let me sit on your face and burn your mustache off. Yes, worship me. Oh, by the way, Passport OG, I need that clip of homegirl saying, next relationship I'm in, I need a man to worship me. Homegirl that we were just talking about a couple weeks ago, the heavyset black woman with the weird face and the gap teeth. Yeah, now she's talking about next relationship she's in, she needs a man to worship her. Yes, the one that was out here calling men ugly. Shout out to Passport OG. Passport OG, I need that clip. Continuing. What the women are saying is that I need to be worshipped. Huh? I need to be worshipped. You're right, Tro. She didn't say man. And true with that. This is what we're dealing with now. Egotistical. Absolutely. And I know we're throwing around the word narcissist way too loosely, women way too loosely, but I'm gonna use it anyway. Egotistical, megalomaniac, narcissist women who've been empowered with this talk, this weirdo, ooh girl, you know we the best, ooh, you know I'm the best, and all of that talk. No one telling their overweight girlfriends, girl, you overweight, that ain't what you wait, put that back. In years and decades of that is how you get here, where women are actually looking to be worshipped. They're not looking for relationships. They're looking for an emotional punching bag. They're looking for a man to not just subsidize them, but pay for them exorbitantly. Excuse me, wrong word. Exorbitantly. Huh? True. And Cheryl says, she said her next relationship, she needs to be worshipped. That broad is same-sex loving. Yes, I know this, right? With that, let's say this, Cheryl, because when I played the clip of the kind of brolic built black women who said, you know, if she go to Africa, she could definitely go jump on some peen. Shout out to Victor Creed. Victor Creed in the comments said, you know, she's one of those. The only reason she's in the same-sex loving world is because the guys that she liked in high school wasn't checking for her. Victor Creed said something along those lines. This young lady is the same thing. The young lady we're talking about is the same thing. The being worshipped, I'm tying that to the being worshipped. She's not talking about women, bro. Trell, you're right. She's in the same-sex loving, or she's same-sex loving. She's not talking about women. Even if she told us right now she was talking about women, no, she's not. Huh? She's not talking about, she is talking about men. She is looking that, and by the way, the other person who said that, or said very similar, she didn't use those exact words, was Ostefko. Ooh, goddamn, Z. I want a gorgeous man who only has eyes for me. All of these women looking to be worshipped, particularly the ones that feel like they had it robbed from them. Particularly the ones who, as Ostefko said herself, who feel like when she goes out with her homegirls get the attention that she never gets. They're not looking to be with someone who finds them attractive and treats them right. No, they're looking to be worshipped. Maybe they're not looking to abuse you, but they definitely looking to be worshipped. And some of them are definitely looking to abuse the next man they end up with also. Right? So yeah, homegirl is definitely one of those that she's in some same-sex loving thing, because the men she finds, the men that would do anything with her are so low she can't do it. Because we know, unfortunately, men will pipe. Men will pipe anything. Huh? Anything. So the men that would do anything with her, they're so low she can't do it. So yeah, she's looking to be worshipped. Of course. That's where her ego is now. Her ego can't be with someone loving. There's a clip of Adele speaking about her marriage to what's his name? And she says something like, loving him allowed, I'm gonna phrase it wrong, but being with him allowed her to love herself, which allowed her to love him. Something along those lines. She said something like that. And these women are looking for someone who will let them step on them. They're not looking for like what Adele described, which it's not lost on Z. It's a white woman talking about a black man. I'm just saying. Anyway, but it says a lot. That is what they see as edifying and healing, is you lose for so long and so much that finally the tall, rich, good-looking man, probably white, sees something in you and he saves you from yourself. And he funds you to the nth degree, and he kisses your ass, and he's self-deprecating in public while uplifting you He speaks about how he would be lost without you. He don't know what he would do without you. Mind you, he met you as a gazillionaire. But either way, his life would be nothing without you. And they're looking to be worshipped. And so let's play this clip again. And while we're doing that, I'm going to see if I can hurry up and get that clip in. Pastor OG said he sent it to me. So we're going to play it again in a minute, if we can. And continuing.
Why would a man choose to become a dark berserker?
900 comments. 900 comments from men saying that they will never open their heart to a woman again.
Hey, your biggest secret?
I'm cheating on my boyfriend. There's like 5 other guys.
I'm confused how he doesn't know.
Because I have a separate account.
Well, why not just break up with your boyfriend?
One of the top 5 things on my bucket list for 2026 is taking a man that's already been through hell and showing him it actually gets absolutely the worse.
And remember, ladies, the whole plot is to be useless, self-centered, and selfish with your body. The game is to do less, give less, and require more.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if your man is paying for rent, it doesn't mean he's providing for you. You would have had to pay for rent with or without you there.
With or without you there.
I need the men in my DMs to understand I'm gonna ask for some money. I'm always ask for some money. The first day we meet, the first message you send, I'm gonna ask for some money.
Destroy it.
My body count was 2 when I broke up with my ex. My body count is now 19.
I just went up to a girl outside of a bar and I said, I love your outfit, what's your name? And she said, who the fuck are you? I love New York City.
We may gnaw the monsters now.
Did you see the look on the young white dude's face? He approached, if he is to be believed, he approached her correctly. We're assuming he wasn't cringe. We're assuming he wasn't giving her some weird looks, right? Let's just say he's up to par on the story. Nothing wrong with how he's delivering it. He did exactly what he said he did. And she says, who the F are you? Oh. What we have now is not the 90s with certain women saying, you know, I have a boyfriend. They're lying, but they're not interested and they don't want to break your feelings or hurt your feelings. Yes, I know that there were women being a-holes in the 90s. That's not what I'm saying. We don't have the era of, oh, I have a boyfriend and they're lying. We don't have the, no, you know, I'm okay, or I'm not really interested, or, you know, none of that. We have this. I need to bring this back. A couple years ago, I used to emphasize cosmic justice and how many young women see it as their duty to be little antagonistic, mean, rude, sassy, smug assholes. And for them, they're engaging in this because it's a form of cosmic justice, right? It's because of millennia of misogyny. They see it as edifying. They see it as filling. It fills you up to just be so mean to men, random men. Not any particular individual man, not any particular archetype of a man. No, all men minus maybe that one or two that you find attractive. Maybe. I'm emphasizing this just in case there's anybody listening worth a damn. All the Scott Galloways and Richard Reeves and whatnot. We could stop speaking of, or asking why these young men aren't trying to end up with anyone, why they're not trying to marry, or why they're not trying to date. Yeah, because look at what's left out here for them to date, to potentially marry and have children with. And that's what y'all really care about. Have children with who? These women are assholes. When you're trying to date them, you think we're going to be attached to them for life with a child? So she could have me by the gonads for the next 18 to 22, 24 years? Absolutely not. Dear the West, dear America, these are the women y'all created. These little mean, antagonistic, rude, smug, sassy trolls. Young white dude, if he is to be believed, just approached her, asked her what's going on, and she, who the F are you? Wow. How do you have pause? How is the West, even white folks, how are they supposed to have children, maintain white supremacy when your daughters, even your white daughters, y'all thought it was gonna stay at black women, are encouraged by their favorite content creators, by their favorite social media folks, women, to be little antagonistic, mean, rude assholes. At least black men are used to it, and look how black men are moving now. White men ain't used to this. Not at this level. Not at this level. White men are not used to this. This is just break the Richter scale, mean, rude, sassy, smug. Oh boy. Let's play it one more again. Continuing.
Why would a man choose to become a dark berserker?
900 comments. 900 comments from men saying that they will never open their heart to a woman again.
Hey, your biggest secret?
I'm cheating on my boyfriend. There's like 5 other guys.
I'm confused how he doesn't know.
Because I have a separate account.
Well, why not just break up with your boyfriend?
One of the top 5 things on my bucket list for 2026 is taking a man that's already been through hell and showing him it actually gets absolutely the worse.
And remember, ladies, the whole plot is to be useless, self-centered, and selfish with your body. The game is to do less, give less, and require more.
We can't take anymore.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if your man is paying for rent, it doesn't mean he's providing for you. You would have had to pay for rent with or without you there.
With or without you there.
I need the men in my DMs to understand I'm gonna ask for some money. I'm always ask for some money. The first day we meet, the first message you send, I'm gonna ask for some money.
Destroy it.
My body count was 2 when I broke up with my ex. My body count is now 19.
I just went up to a girl outside of a bar and I said, I love your outfit, what's your name? And she said, who the fuck are you? I love New York City.
We men are the monsters now.
I did not see this earlier, Dominique. And Dominique says, is it women's job? Is it women's job to care about the future of the planet? Yes. Uh-oh. Yes. It's all of our job. Quite frankly, Earth is going to be okay. Unless Earth gets knocked off its axis, Earth is going to be okay. It's the living, breathing creatures on Earth that you got to worry about if something happens. You know, like human beings. But okay, fine. Is it women's job to care about the planet? Yes, absolutely. Right? I mean, if you care about yourself, if women care about other women, because clearly I don't care about men and boys, yes, it's your job to care about the planet. Absolutely, you damn right. Because who's breathing the air? Oh, wait, the living, breathing creatures, including human beings. And who's drinking the water? Wait, the living, breathing creatures, including the human beings. And whose future is it? Oh, the children that women are increasingly not having, not because of any of the reasons Mr. Z listed, just because they're mad that they can't end up with the rich elite white men that they envision and that they were sold by Disney that they were going to end up with a BS college degree. That's the reason y'all not having kids. Miss me with every other reason. The reason women in America and in the West and in developing countries aren't having children is because they thought their degrees and their BS education was supposed to allow for them to get quote unquote top shelf men who still earn more than them magically because the math don't math, but okay, fine. And oh yeah, those men were going to be humble and be assholes to everybody outside of the house, but kiss her ass inside the house. Those men were going to be sharks. They were going to be masters of the universe outside the house. They were going to be mob bosses outside the house, but be little docile, pliable, foldable, breakable, bendable men inside the house. And because that's not exactly what's panning out for like 99.9% of women, the bottom 80% of women said, I ain't doing it. And that's perfectly okay, but guess who's going to suffer? Women, the most. How we know? Because we already have this. A disproportionate number of black women are kinless as they age. Advocates say they deserve a social safety net too. Listen and listen close. This gonna affect everybody. It's affecting Black women in specific right now. It's gonna affect white women because not all white women got it together like that either. It's definitely gonna affect Latina women and even a handful of Asian women. All of you only children women. All of you only children women who turned around and then still didn't have kids, didn't get married, don't have no alimony coming to you, don't have no husband social security coming to you when he passed. That's your ass, Mr. Z Robin. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Yeah, it's up. Yes, it's women's job and responsibility to care about the planet. You damn right. Oh, I forgot. We're talking about a bunch of children in women's bodies throwing temper tantrums in various different ways, mad at the world because their delusions are not coming to fruition. And that's all it comes down to. Delusions not met, so they throw in temper tantrums. And that's what the question is. Excuse me. And Trell says, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, absolutely yes. The answer is yes, everyone. The answer is yes. The answer is yes, and it's always been yes. The answer is yes, and excuse my background. The answer is yes, and it's always been yes. The answer has always been yes. Not to various degrees. We're not telling you to let the homeless sleep in your home. That's not where we're going with it, right? Take the junkie off the street and clean him up, and so he can run out your house with all your stuff. We're not going that far. With that, yes, you are your brother's keeper. You damn right. Is it an individual woman's duty to have children? Yes and no. On the individual, maybe not. As a collective, absolutely. That's up to women to figure out as a collective. But as a collective, absolutely. I would look, women talk a whole lot of crap, but y'all owe society too. I know often Mr. Z always says women owe men nothing. Women, yes, true. And I'm doing that to say if women owe men nothing, women have to appreciate the other side of that, is that men also owe them nothing. Now, if y'all want to have an honest conversation, then let's have an honest conversation. Yeah, you do owe America having children. Yes, you do. Because it's the laws, it's the infrastructure that primarily men built, physical, literal infrastructure that men primarily built, that's keeping you sustained and alive. Yeah, you do owe. The buildings you work in, the roads you drive, the foods you eat, whether they're nutritious or not, if Mr. Z could get that word out, is a different conversation. But yeah, you damn well you owe. Those planes y'all fly in, those cars y'all drive, yeah, you do. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, better yet. Yes. And what we have now, quite frankly, are a bunch of spoiled brats, namely the women, who are engaging in derelict of duty because they're mad they're not ending up with rich men. And that's all this is. Look, y'all, I'm going to pause. I'm going to drill this home as often as humanly possible. The issue the women have has nothing to do with men's lack of emotional intelligence. It has nothing to do with weaponizing competence. That's a bunch of crap. Women's issue is that men don't earn enough for her delusions. Point blank, period. Let me let the Eastern European white lady say it again. You better believe I kept that video.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why are you single right now?
Because the men are not enough rich to take care of me.
So you're looking for a rich man?
Yes. Yes, I want to be spoiled.
Why does he have to be rich?
Because I want to be spoiled. Because I make my own money and I need to be dominated.
I need to be dominated. I make my own money. I need to be dominated. He needs to make more than me so that I can be dominated financially and in other ways. Giggity. Huh? You damn right. The Eastern European lady at least had the ovaries to say it. That's all of them. Oops. To all the technocrats who may listen, anybody of note, including you politicians who may listen, that's the real issue. Everything else you're doing is a waste. You damn right men should make more than women, and this is why. To all the feminists, no, we gotta make no. We already ran the experiment, and the experiment has decided and it's become the conclusive end of the experiment says women are children. And when you give them what they want more. Well, like children. Huh? They don't care about society. They don't care about the societal impact. They barely care about themselves if they don't get what they want. Ooh, goddamn. They don't care about other women. They don't care about children. They definitely don't care about men. And when you scale delusional women talking past the one delusional woman, well, you get what we have now. So to Dominique, yes, is it a woman's duty to have kids? For God and country, you damn right. Let me say this, Dominique. I don't know how old you are. You're going to watch the consequences of women not having children as you age. Ooh, goddamn. You're going to watch the consequences of it. If you're around Mr. Z's age, just a little bit under 30, a little bit under 40, not under 30. No, Mr. Z, not that young. A little bit under 40. We have what, 3-4 decades left on this planet, potentially. If you're lucky, 5. Maybe you live into your 90s. Maybe live to 100. You're going to witness throughout your life the consequences. Most women don't earn enough. And when I say most, I don't mean 51% most. I'm saying more like 90% most. Don't earn enough for their life. So while you're of working age, all of that sound good, and you're still not earning enough. You're not going to have enough in Social Security. So women have to be prepared to end up how men are ending up, literally working till you die. Literally being found unalive in your cubicle. And rest in peace to that lady who was found unalive in her cubicle at one of those Wells Fargos. And I think it was a sister too. Rest in peace. That's not to make fun of her. Huh? You damn right, because you're not going to have children to take care of you. You might have never gotten married, probably never got married. You damn right. Huh? And Dominique says the retort would be women are kept out of those industries through nurture as kids and harassment as adults. What industries are you talking about? Banking and whatnot? Or are you talking about the blue collar fields or in more STEM and in the hard sciences? Do I think there are sexist men that really keep women out of these industries? Yes, mainly white men. The same men y'all want to end up with. Oops. With that, let's call a thing a thing. If what we're saying as a society, mainly the women, with assortative mating and all this crap, is that only the elites, the top 20, 25% of people are deserving of marriage, which, by the way, that's what it's shaking out to be more and more, then we have to be prepared for the consequences. As I said earlier, most women don't earn enough. The issue with where we're living now, the time we're living at now, is not that women are going to school more than men. That's not inherently a problem. Women are more institutionally educated, I would argue indoctrinated, but fine, than men of similar ages, especially when you get under the age of about 40. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. The problem is now when it comes time to do your duty as a human being and as an American and have some damn kids, preferably a nuclear family, that's when it gets iffy, because as we see, women are saying, if I can't meet a man on my level at worst or above, financially, educationally, status, because that's what their education really symbolizes, then forget getting married, and increasingly forget having children. That's when the issue arises. And Big Mo says 55% of new enrollees of medical school are women. And there's nothing wrong with that on its face, right? What's going to be fascinating is seeing who those women end up with. Because we know a number of them are going to end up, it's going to be borderline the Cosbys, right? They're going to end up with attorneys, other doctors, right? Men with their own businesses who are making a couple $100,000 a year and all of this, right? But what about for the women that don't? What I'm saying is increasingly, that's not going to be a thing. Women's hypergamy is hurting everyone, including the women themselves. Women's hypergamy. Unchecked hypergamy, I should say. Women being hypergamous on its face, it's not the end of the world. The capitalists have been encouraging girls and women for decades with all this glamorous luxury Disney girl princess treatment talk and crap. And well, we're here now. And there's a cost to that. I played a clip often. I don't have it up right now. If I knew I would have went down this direction, I would have had it ready. Of the CFO of Disney admitting, let me say it again, admitting that they targeted girls with lifestyle advertising as girls. When those girls are women, what the hell you think they think about cars and homes and houses, and I said homes and houses, and clothes and style and fashion and wait for it, status. Yeah, we're here now. And the women can't come up off of it. So Donald Trump decided to starve y'all. Ooh, goddamn. Yeah, I'm letting everyone know now. If you thought the women were screaming before, let me say it right now. Millennials ain't gonna come. Millennial women not gonna come off of it. Millennial women are going to be starving in the streets with their hair did. Their hair's still gonna be done, huh? They still gonna be rocking that septum ring, huh? They still gonna be getting them tattoos, and they're gonna be 3 and 4 deep in an apartment, barely making it, huh? Oh boy! And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And thank you so much, Passport OG. Because Passport OG sent me the video, and let's play the video. We're gonna get to it because I'm tying all this together. These antagonistic women. As a matter of fact, I should wait for that for last. We're gonna wait for that for last. We're gonna wait for that. But let's play this again.
Why would a man choose to become a dark berserker?
900 comments. 900 comments from men saying that they will never open their heart to a woman again.
Hey, your biggest secret?
I'm cheating on my boyfriend. There's like 5 other guys.
I'm confused how he doesn't know.
Because I have a separate account.
Well, why not just break up with your boyfriend?
One of the top 5 things on my bucket list for 2026 is taking a man that's already been through hell and showing him it actually gets absolutely the worst.
And remember, ladies, the whole plot is to be useless, self-centered, and selfish with your body. The game is to do less, give less, and require more.
I can't take anymore.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if your man is paying for rent, it doesn't mean he's providing for you. You would have had to pay for rent with or without you there.
With or without you there.
I need the men in my DMs to understand I'm gonna ask for some money. I'm always asking for some money. The first day we meet, the first message you send, I'm gonna ask for some money.
Destroy it.
My body count was 2 when I broke up with my ex. My body count is now 19.
I just went up to a girl outside of a bar and I said, I love your outfit, what's your name? And she said, who the fuck are you? I love New York City.
We men are the monsters now.
Gosh, this breaks my heart for you. I know I can't make every woman safe, but I can change me. So tell me, how do I make a safe space? What makes a woman safe to you?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care, Jerry.
Only under these conditions, only under this magnitude of heat and pressure, can a flawless berserker be forged. Understand this, for the Dark Berserker, his cold shoulder of indifference, his removal of female attention, even his quote-unquote peace, is not a fitting punishment for years of disrespect, humiliation, and ritualized finessing. In fact, a true Dark Berserker doesn't earn his cobra wings until an unruly succubus swallows her first Xanax pill. You see, unlike many of us, my brothers, peace is not enough for them. The recurring nightmares of $3,000 a month, burned on Steve Harvey-inspired courtship rituals, weeks of quote-unquote intentional dating stages. All this punishment to finally gain access to some pre-used sugar walls that came with that faint odor of day-old California roll. Blasphemy.
Yeah. Shout out to Destro once again. Much of the inspiration for this stream. Women are human beings. Women are fully capable. Most of what they're not doing is because they don't want to do it. Most of what they're doing is because they want to do it. We're dealing with a generation, or 2 or 3, of women who love being little antagonistic assholes. They jizz their panties thinking of stepping on men. It turns them on. They love it. They love the idea of defecating on men. They love the idea of defecating on women who are in loving relationships with a man. They get off on it. They love it. Huh? We're dealing with women who love the idea of essentially the Combahee River Collective. Notice what Mr. Z said. I said love the idea of the Combahee River Collective. The idea of an all-female planet. Women would go absolutely insane. Wait, Z, they're not insane now? Good point. Women would go absolutely insane, but it sounds good to be antagonistic to the men, right? It sounds good to sound like this.
Men make money to have more women, but women make money to stay away from men. In a guy's hero journey, when he's rich, he's gonna have it all. Sports car, mansion, all the beautiful ladies gonna throw themselves at him. He's not gonna settle down. He's gonna sleep with as many as he wants. But if you ask a woman, what would you do if you were rich? You will barely find a man in her future plans. Like for me, if I'm filthy rich right now, the first thing I would do is to retire my bestie. I would get us a big ass apartment with fantastic sea view. I would ask her to move in with me, okay, to teach her husband. We can travel the world together, do whatever we want. I'll pay for everything. I think I will be really happy spending the rest of my life with my girlfriends, living in the big ass Barbie house. Why would a man be there?
Women sound like that. They're antagonistic like that. It sounds good to sound like that. It sounds good to sound like this.
My favorite part of the declining birth rate is watching all of these men have meltdowns online. What's wrong with women these days? They're not doing their natural duties. Who's gonna continue my legacy? What legacy, Kyle? The legacy of not clipping your toenails before leaving the house in flip-flops? You're not gonna help me raise a baby. You can't even raise your own hygiene standards. Women are not flesh vessels for mediocrity. You expect us to birth a legion of genetically predispositioned tech bros? When you treat women like an option instead of a priority, we prioritize ourselves by raising the fuck out of our standards. Some of you can barely text a woman back, and you want us to bring forth your DJ-infused offspring into the world by cracking open our pussies wide enough it can cosplay as the Sarlacc bit from Star Wars? Nope. Sorry, this isn't the Tesla-sponsored Tradwife Hunger Games, yet. The only legacy I'm continuing is watching Gilmore Girls in the fall while I chug rosé from Trader Joe's. Where you leave.
Yeah. All of that antagonistic talk, right? Now we know what they sound like by the time they get in their 50s. Ain't that right, Claudia Jordan?
For your night. That's a very pro-woman, amazing, like strong, independent woman. But might I add another angle? I would feel like, why the hell ain't no one trying to scoop me up to save my life? Am I ugly? Are they better looking than me? Like, why are they getting saved and I'm over here working, taking on extra shifts now because she got Richard Gere that came and scooped her up and now she got an easy life and now I got extra corns on my toes and my back hurts because no one's saving me. So you have a very positive attitude. I would have been a little bitter like, why the fuck? Why not me? Why not? I don't want to be irresponsible. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of the goddamn cape. Somebody save me. I want to be Julia Roberts on Hollywood Boulevard in cheap shoes when some guy comes and saves me. I have worked hard since I was 14 and I had to pay. I'm sick of it, Erica.
I do understand.
I understand what you're saying. Classy and independent. It's thankless. I've been dating since the 1900s and 80 something, and I'm still single. I'm tired, Erica. You found your man. Don't hate. Let me live this. Let me vent. You're off the strip. I am still on it. I'm in the trenches, and it sucks. I'm sick of being independent. I fucking hate paying for my fucking Range Rover, my other car, my mortgage insurance, my freaking cell phone, computer, Wi-Fi. I am sick of it. I need some guy with bad health to jump on in and interrupt and say, let me take you off your shift. You've been working hard enough. So that's cute what she's doing. I'm not doing that. We are different. I am tired. I've proven myself, and it only impresses other women. She's like, oh, that's amazing. My friend's independent. These men don't care. Come and save me, some chic, minus the dookie. Just please come and save me. I'm tired. I'm tired, Erica. I don't want to do it no more. Where's my Melania? I want the Melania Trump plan. I'm sick. I've proven myself. Since 1988.
At 88.
I'm tired. I was 15 out of paper route.
Damn, that's a long time.
72 clients. 30-cent tip for some of you bastards in East Providence, Rhode Island on 2nd Street. I remember I gave you papers 7 days a week, and on Sunday you gave me a 30-cent tip. I'm tired. So I'm glad it worked out for you, but I'm not there.
Being a strong, independent woman since 1988 is a lot, Claudia.
Since Salt and Pepper came out.
That's a lot.
I'm tired.
Damn.
So yes.
Damn.
Excuse me if I'm a little frustrated. So I envy the girls that got taken off the pole, so to say.
Nobody said nothing about no damn pole.
But metaphorically.
Yeah, nobody said. What my point was, because here's the thing. The point was that this is a...
Take off the cape, Erica. We lost the election. We're not doing this anymore.
I'm not...
Soft life. Hookers are winning.
All about...
Hoes are winning. Hookers are in the White House again. First lady, if you will. I'm over it. No one cares. Nobody cares about independence anymore. But I respect it, but they don't.
I get it.
After years and decades of being little sassy, rude, smug, antagonistic assholes, whether they say it or not, emphasis or not, that's them internally. Dying. Huh? Now, Claudia Jordan actually had the ovaries to say this, and she was joking, but she was dead ass serious. Better yet, she was being comical about a very serious topic for her. No? But when they under the age of 40, maybe even 45, when they still feel like they have that glimmer of hope that they could be antagonistic little assholes, and yet Prince Charming will still swoop down and save them from themselves, or even if they're doing well financially, they don't need saving financially, Prince Charming is still swoop down and kiss their ass and worship at the altar of them. The most fascinating thing is women calling men narcissists, as if they've never seen a mirror before. Continuing.
My favorite part of the declining birth rate is watching all of these men have meltdowns online. What's wrong with women these days? They're not doing their natural duties. Who's gonna continue my legacy? What legacy, Kyle? The legacy of not clipping your toenails before leaving the house in flip-flops? You're not gonna help me raise a baby. You can't even raise your own hygiene standards. Women are not flesh vessels for mediocrity. You expect us to birth...
I had to play that again for that statement. Women are not flesh vessels for mediocrity. Everything that's not the elite man, probably white, elite man, is mediocrity. Once again, who's getting married and staying married? Oh yeah, the top 20, maybe 25% of Americans. Yeah, because this mentality is the most pervasive in America concerning women right now. To Dr. Richard Reeves and to Professor Galloway, the women are the issue. Women are not flesh vessels for mediocrity. What's mediocre? Everything that's not elite. You want to know where your marriage rate and your birth rate went? Well, upper middle class and above, getting married, more than likely to stay married. Middle class and below, well, middle class, iffy. Anything lower than middle class, not happening. Working class, meh, probably not. Working poor, are you joking? Huh? Now, you play this for your average woman. The young lady said mediocre, which means average in a very negative, with a very negative connotation, better yet. This is the same thing Ebony K. Williams pulled a couple years ago. Yeah. So average men are seen as below average women. I gotta keep on emphasizing that, because what you're hearing from men across the board, white men, black men, I even hear white men saying this, Latino men, average men are not the ones who have contempt for average women. It's average women who have contempt for average men and their station in life. Those women have contempt for their own actual station. They have contempt for the average men. We're not even going to mention working class and working poor and all of those men. Now, will she engage in bedroom fun? Yeah. Would she possibly have a oops baby? Yes. Long-term relationship marriage? Absolutely not. Because average women truly believe and feel that average men offer them nothing. I already make $43,000 a year. What is your $52,000 going to do for me? It's not enough. Huh? I'm 5'4", 169 pounds. Why aren't you 6'2", 190, super fit? Huh? Now that doesn't mean 5'9" can't get some vagina. 5'8", 6 feet, 5'10", 5'11". What it does mean is anything more than some bedroom fun for a couple months, she can't do it. I'm playing the women in their own words. She said mediocre. Women are not flesh vessels for mediocre men. What's mediocre? By literal terms and definition, average. How did she frame it? Below average. Of course. This is why Mr. Z says, let the women talk. You let the women talk and you hear how much contempt they have for men. What's leading to a downturn in your birth rate are the women. Their view of themselves, their view of men, their view of family, their view of children. If I can't travel, if I can't live the best, most opulent life, then what the hell? Continuing.
My favorite part of the declining birth rate is watching all of these men have meltdowns online. What's wrong with women these days? They're not doing their natural duties. Who's going to continue my legacy? What legacy, Kyle? The legacy of not clipping your toenails before leaving the house in flip-flops? You're not going to help me raise a baby. You can't even raise your own hygiene standards. Women are not flesh vessels for mediocrity. You expect us to birth a legion of genetically predispositioned tech bros? When you treat women like an option instead of a priority, we prioritize ourselves by raising the fuck out of our standards. Some of you can barely text.
And this is why Mr. Z says, let them talk. Once again, when you, let's actually say what she meant. When you elite dudes don't worship us, we raise the hell of our standards to impossible. And so nobody meets our standards, which justifies to us why we should be assholes. Play it again, Z.
My favorite part of the declining birth rate is watching all of these men have meltdowns online. What's wrong with women these days? They're not doing their natural duties. Who's going to continue my legacy? What legacy, Kyle? The legacy of not clipping your toenails before leaving the house in flip-flops? You're not going to help me raise a baby. You can't even raise your own hygiene standards. Women are not flesh vessels for mediocrity. You expect us to birth a legion of genetically predispositioned tech bros? When you treat women like an option instead of a priority, we prioritize ourselves by raising the fuck out of our standards. Some of you can barely.
When you treat women like an option instead of a priority, you mean the way women treat men, which is okay. Women, you have your own worldview. There's nothing wrong with you prioritizing yourself or the sisterhood. Just eat the consequences. Some of it will be positive. Most of it will be negative, which you will feel on the other side of 40 and 45 and 50 years old. Eat all of that. Not prioritizing women. You mean worship, madam. You mean worship. Imagine saying to men, don't you even think about dating if you don't have your ducks in a row. If you didn't seek therapy, and if you're not making this type of money, and if you don't have this type of status, because I'm not building with no man, and I'm not. Okay, fine. You say that to men. Most men don't earn $100,000 a year. Most men will not ever earn $100,000+ a year. Okay, cool. Right? The majority of men are still blue collar. Okay, cool. So what we're effectively saying to the masses of men, who, but once again, the majority of women see as invisible, what we're saying to those men is to get your ducks in a row. And what getting your ducks in a row mean is being physically fit. Okay, cool. Having insane amount of money. Okay, cool. While also having enough time to spend with her, if she want to spend that type of time with you, which varies woman to woman. Women have fully made themselves impossible, and then throw a fit at the men and put out little sassy ass videos like this because they have made themselves impossible. Madam, it's a you problem. Want to emphasize this, ladies, you owe the men nothing, and you're gonna have to eat the consequences of that. Continuing.
My favorite part of the declining birth rate is watching all of these men have meltdowns online. What's wrong with women these days? They're not doing their natural duties. Who's gonna continue my legacy? What legacy, Kyle? The legacy of not clipping your toenails before leaving the house in flip-flops? You're not gonna help me raise a baby. You can't even raise your own hygiene standards. Women are not flesh vessels for mediocrity. You expect us to birth a legion of genetically predispositioned tech bros? When you treat women like an option instead of a priority, we prioritize ourselves by raising the fuck out of our standards. Some of you can barely text a
Raise the F out of our standards when you treat women like an option instead of a priority. Not the same sex, the same gender that speaks about decentering men all day. Oh, hey, wait. I forgot. Women are morally superior to men. So the reason why women are saying decenter men is because when you center men, then you lose all sense of self, and you lose your autonomy, and you lose track, and you lose your friends. So women are saying decenter men. Nothing wrong with that, right? But men are supposed to prioritize women instead of treating women like an option. And the threat is, if men as a collective don't prioritize women instead of treating them like an option, then women raise the F out of their standards to impossible. And this punishes men, the masses of men. Well, does that mean there are going to be men that don't have access to individual women's vaginas? Of course, of course. What's going to be fascinating, I want to keep on emphasizing this, is watching a bunch of 30 and 20-something-year-old women, and maybe even early 40s, 41, 42, they still got a glimmer of hope in their eyes, watching them on the other side of 50. On the other side of 55, watching them turn into Drew Barrymore. Ooh, goddamn. Watching them turn into Claudia Jordan. Huh? Watching them turn into Regina Hall. Watching them turn into Taraji P. Henson. Huh? That's going to be the fun part, sad part. Huh? It sounds good now. And I want to emphasize this. These women are not going to come groveling to men. That's not what's going to happen. As a matter of fact, a few of them are going to still be just as antagonistic and mean and sassy because they got to keep up the facade for the young women. They're going to be dying inside, though. And every once in a while, they're going to crack, and they're going to sound like Claudia Jordan, who says, once again, I thought I had more time. Huh? And Kadesh says, get the likes up. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And I'm going to read them. I actually do have a couple of super chats to read. Give me a second on those. I'm going to get to you in a minute, Saints here, right? You got to love it. Little antagonistic, mean, rude assholes. And they're not the only ones. If y'all can read this caption, hopefully y'all can. It's about 9 seconds long, so direct your eyes to the screen if you can. As a matter of fact, I realized I should have just read it for those of you who are at work and you can't look down on your phone, so I'll read it. Going home after hanging out with women who hate men. Once again, she says, going home after hanging out with women who hate men. And it's her. It looks like she's in the backseat of a car, and she's hanging out in the backseat of the car. And she looks like some movie where the wind is blowing through her hair, and she has this big smile on her face. And yeah, we're going to play it one more again. Going home after hanging out with women who hate men. And it says POV, so point of view of her going home after hanging out with women who hate men. Once again, another one of these antagonistic videos, right? You gotta love it. So Mr. Z has played for you a white woman being an antagonistic asshole, an Asian woman being an antagonistic asshole, a black woman being an antagonistic asshole. You damn right. Huh? Right? And that's what they are. And let's play that Asian woman one more again, and then we'll read Saint Cyr's super chat.
Men make money to have more women, but women make money to stay away from men. In a guy's hero journey, when he's rich, he's gonna have it all. Sports car, mansion, all the beautiful ladies gonna throw themselves at him. He's not gonna settle down. He's gonna sleep with as many as he wants. But if you ask a woman, what would you do if you were rich? You will barely find a man in her future plans. Like for me, if I'm filthy rich right now, the first thing I would do is to retire my bestie. I would get us a big ass apartment with fantastic sea view. I would ask her to move in with me, okay, to teach her husband. We can travel the world together, do whatever we want. I'll pay for everything. I think I will be really happy spending the rest of my life with my girlfriends, living in the big ass Barbie house. Why would a man be there?
I'm 30 years old and I couldn't be more uninterested in marriage and dating. I've done so much on my own that I'm genuinely unimpressed by the population of men that we have to date. I have not met one person that has made my life significantly easier because I firmly believe that when you get into a partnership with a man, a woman never benefits. I did the move in with a guy thing and I like daydreamed about it my entire life and I didn't. I was like, ew, like this is literally like free labor and also like free ass work. The thing is for me, I'm hyper independent. Like I have literally lived in 5 different cities by the time I was 30 and I moved every single time by myself. I also bought a place when I was 25, a mortgage on my own. I know how to do electrical work. I know how to patch drywall. Like as long as I have a YouTube video, I'm good. I own my own business. I set up an LLC. I'm literally doing all these things, and when a man is literally trying to pen pal with me just to be casual, like it gives me the ick because like, what the fuck? Like, what do you have to offer? Oh, you pay for my dinner? Oh, you pay for my drinks? You pay for my trip? Okay, like I can do that myself. The appeal is not there. Unless a man is truly making my life significantly easier, I would rather be single than be in bad company.
And Saint Cyr says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Saint Cyr says, I told you, I'm tied in with the South Asian community in my area. One of my family friends, Filipino nurse, so Southeast Asian. One of my family friends, Filipino nurse practitioner. She's kick ass in every sense of the word. Can't keep a man to save her life. Never enough. They're never enough. It's never enough. We're talking about a group of people that just cannot be content. It's impossible. It is impossible. In America and in the West, forefathers and foremothers decided to empower this group. And then we watched the birth rate plummet to the floor. And what women have decided to do with that is be little mean, antagonistic assholes and say, hey. The best part, imagine how short-sighted and myopic you have to be to say the best part of watching the birth rate collapse is watching men's reaction to it. You're not even speaking about how empowering it is necessarily, because it's not. You're not even like the black one I played earlier. I'm going to play her again, who's speaking about how fulfilling it is. Because in reality, what this is just watching men, at least in your mind, blow their tops, no pun, because they're like, do y'all appreciate what y'all are doing to the long run of humanity, this society, right? Do you appreciate what you're doing? And no, they don't. As Mr. DJ says here, she said her favorite part of a declining birth rate, they have no idea what that means for them when they're older in life. The group that needs subsidizing, the one that needs subsidizing the most, is out here being as antagonistic as humanly possible. Welcome to womanhood. Welcome to being a petulant child throwing a temper tantrum, but in a grown woman's body. Yeah. Yeah. Myopic, short-sighted, but they know they're angry that whatever dream man they have in their imagination is not funding them exorbitantly and kissing their ass, because that's all it comes down to at the end of the day. Lifestyle. Lifestyle, nice things, and defecating on men and definitely other women. Huh? So I'm not surprised what Saint Cyr is saying here. Filipino nurse practitioner. She's kick-ass in every sense of the word, but can't keep a man to save her life. And what you would hear from that is what Halle Berry said. I don't want to keep no man. No. Or what Lori Harvey said, anything that's not serving me. Who died and made women, including black women? Milton Freeman. There's a whole bunch of neoliberal, mind-piped, y'all know what word I want to use, mind-effed women running around here. Who died and made women the elite rich white men? Including black women. Sense of duty? Zilch. Sense of responsibility? Zilch. The only reason these women are taking care of their parents, if they are, is out of shame and a smidge of obligation. Don't want to have children, don't want to be in a relationship and children demand something of you. So does that job, but that's okay because you get a literal physical paycheck from it. You don't want to have children because your husband doesn't earn enough to pay you to be a mother. Ooh, god damn. Shout out to the Chicago boys. You see what you did? Huh? The government and your future husband or baby daddy, baby daddy baby daddy, ex-boyfriend, you don't want to have a child because you don't get a physical paycheck for having one from your husband. You might get one from your baby daddy or ex-boyfriend because, child support. But outside of that, yeah. Important to emphasize, as women age and they can't work as much, they can't put enough hours in, the aches and pains, just like men, but worse, is going to be very interesting to see how women respond, Xers on down, to not having any man, any child. Women say they're developing their networks of the sisterhood. We will see. To all those women who worship at the altar of the sisterhood, hopefully, for your sake, the sisterhood is there for you. We'll see. Huh? Hopefully the sisterhood is there for you. Because the young lady said she ain't going. And she's nowhere near 50, 60 something.
I am tired of the amount of gaslighting us single people have to go through. Because let's be honest, a lot of the things that our friends in relationships can get for free, we have to pay for. And there's no amount of self-love or therapy that can kind of circumvent the frustration that being single is very expensive. Because if, an example, I am sick, I don't have anyone who can cook for me. My friend can ask her boyfriend to cook for her. I have to DoorDash something. If I need help moving something in my house, I need to go find someone and pay that person to come over and move it. Well, my friend can just ask her partner. And all those things just add up. If you lose your job, you have someone who can help you with rent. If you are having like financial trouble or health trouble, you now need to like disclose that to your family or friends, which might be embarrassing, or you can tell your one husband or your wife to help you through that. It is so frustrating to have to go through so many things alone and make these really big decisions, hard decisions completely by myself. I have my friends, I have my family, I love them, I can lean on them, but maybe I don't want to tell them all about my finances. Maybe I don't want to have to over-explain my entire health condition to them. Maybe I just need someone to help me with a real quick task that I don't want to have to pay someone or wait for someone to drive across town to come help me. And it is so frustrating because we're told that, being single is great. And it's really great when compared to an unhealthy relationship. But being single is not always better than having a healthy relationship. Don't get me wrong, I am not going to go hop into a relationship with a man just so I can have someone. But I do think we need to be honest that being single, while it can be really great, is also very impractical sometimes.
Yeah. And Compassionate says, I guarantee 304s was talking like that right before the fall of Rome, I swear. So come to find out, Compassionate, you're probably right. I was watching something maybe 2-3 weeks ago. It was on one of those financial channels, AI financial channels I'm subscribed to. I'm subscribed to like a bunch of those AI financial channels, but the facts are still accurate though. It's just I'm not a literal person speaking. They probably typed up the script or had what they wanted the AI to say, and then it searched the internet and then put it out, and whatever. Anyway, the birth rate towards the fall of Rome was in the crapper. So you're right about that part. Roman women were marrying the Visigoths. So the Goths or the Visigoths? Either way, both maybe. So you're right about that. And yeah, their birth rate had plummeted. So yeah, no, they were talking like this. We don't know. They were probably talking like this. But from what we do know, it's similar. It follows a similar track. So you're probably right. Right? So yeah. Passport OG said extra women equals Shira 7. God damn. Don't worry, millennial women equal Chrissy. Millennial women equal Chrissy, Real Talk with Yanni, Kim Foster, Stefco. Notice the different archetypes. Yeah, I said Stefco, Chrissy, Real Talk with Yanni, Kim Foster. Who else? Who else is a good archetype for what they represent in as millennial women? I'm missing somebody very important. Oh yeah. Khadijah. That's the airy fairy kind of out there, septum ring wearing, whatever's. Gender fluid, whatever's. Who else fits a good archetype of a millennial woman, particularly black women? I'm thinking. Yeah. So no, millennials is gone too. Yeah. Millennial women are gone too. So it's definitely not just Xers, right? And talking about Xers and millennials and Gen Z also, as we approach 60, aren't Xers turning 60 this year at the oldest? 60 or 61? Either way, here we go.
We're going to be the first generation that in our 60s, more of us are single and dating than ever before.
We think we're going to be going out on first dates?
Yeah, scientific studies show that in the year 2050, more 60-year-olds will be single and dating than married.
I give up.
So for 2050, that's really us millennials. That's millennials. Gen Z, y'all right behind us. So yeah, have fun. So I asked this question a couple of times last year, maybe 1 or 2 times in 2024 also. What was the point of the technology then? What's the point of the advancement of society if what the advancement of society look like are 60-year-olds dating? Not dating after a divorce and after your kids done moved out or you've been married once or twice. No, dating with no kids and never been married. What? Wait, what? Huh? And Mo says 46 likes. Hit the like button. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Y'all cheating me out of my like button. Oh, shout out to the replay gang. Thank you, button, and hype button for the replay gang. Thank you, replay gang. Yeah, that I did know. The youngest is 45, so the oldest is about 60, 61. And Longo says, yeah, the youngest Xers are 45. Yeah. What was the point? So we're gonna be 60 for us millennials and Gen Z right behind us. 60 years old dating? Not 60 and you have a couple of kids and you may not have never gotten married, but at least you have a couple of kids, or you did get married and you had no kids, or you had kids and got married, but you got divorced and now your children are out the house, like I was saying earlier, and now you're dating at 63, 64. Okay, cool. Okay, right? But you imagine this, everyone. Millennial and Gen Z will be having the same conversation at 60 years old with their friends that they had at 45 years old with their friends, and at 30 years old with their friends, and at 22 years old with their friends, at 18 years old with their friends. Millennial and Gen Z, and probably Gen Alpha behind us, will be having the same conversation about dating and XXX fun at 60 and 63 and 65 that they had at 45, that they had at 35, that they had at 25. Wow. Shout out to Millennial and Gen Z. Do you appreciate the level of resentment a 65-year-old woman, God forbid, a black woman, God forbid, a dark-skinned black woman, the level of pent-up 65 years of resentment? You gonna do something with that? Have fun. Have fun trying to do anything with 60 and 63 and 65, and she been talking about colorism since she was 12 or 15. What the hell you think you gonna do with that? She been saying these men ain't ish since she was 18, and before that she was talking about boys have cooties throw rocks at them when she was 8. You gonna date a chick that's her life shows she could never get it together with a man because she is 62 and never been married and never had any children? We don't know how many babies she sent to the baby cemetery. Had them babies yanked out, as Corey Holcomb would say. You think you're gonna do, if you can't do nothing with her when you meet her in her mid-30s, I'm not even going all the way down to 20-something. You couldn't do nothing with her in her mid-30s. What the hell you think you're gonna do with her 30 years later in her mid-60s? Huh? You better leave her in that condo or apartment, maybe house, probably not. That condo apartment, but where she at? Yeah. Oh man. Craziness. Play it one more again, Z.
We're going to be the first generation that in our 60s, more of us are single and dating than ever before.
We think we're going to be going out on first dates?
Yeah, scientific studies show that in the year 2050, more 60-year-olds will be single and dating than married.
I give up.
And the Arena Revised says, there's a reason why impulse buy items at store checkouts are targeted at children, chips and candy, and women, lifestyle tabloids. Because that's what they worship. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Shout out to the ladies. I don't begrudge the women being women. I don't begrudge the women liking what they like, wanting what they want. Nothing wrong with that. But there is a cost at scale. One delusional woman does not end a society, probably. 10? No. 10%, that's a different question. 15 and 20 and 25%, 50% of delusional women, 60 and 70. This is a problem. She doesn't get married. She doesn't have children. She's still a problem. She does get married and have children. What is a delusional woman in a marriage with children? What is she going to do to your kids and to you? Huh? Oh, boy. I'm mad I took down the clip I have of Wisecracker channel. They don't put up anything anymore, but they covered not just the Disney Channel, but they were covering Malcolm in the Middle and why television shows like Malcolm in the Middle that depict like kind of these, I would call it working class. They called it middle class, but middle class families and the ups and downs financially of a middle class family. And a segment of that clip, they spoke of lifestyle advertising, right? And how lifestyle advertising was directly directed towards the minds of, well, girls, right? Of the girls. And when you have that, you inevitably have, well, this.
One of the things that I love about being child free is here it is, a random Wednesday. I'm all packed and I'm getting ready to walk through the airport looking like somebody's rich wife. And I'm going to the south of France, baby. I'm flying into Nice and I'm going to Monaco and I'm meeting another girlfriend that is child free. And we're just out here living our best lives, you guys. These little Bottega glasses, these frames, eats. I got this coat from Zara, like it's faux fur, but baby, it's still making me look rich, okay? And little Versace tote bag, you know, all the essentials. And while I'm out there, I might do a little shopping, you know, because I only spend my money on me. It's great.
Yep. You have to appreciate like women with children, married women, single women who don't have that type of money, which is most of them, to just get up on a Wednesday, or don't have that leverage. They don't have that type of schedule to just get up on a Wednesday, and assuming that she's telling the truth. We're assuming that this is not, once again, one of them fake ass, look at what I'm doing in my life. Then you find out she's struggling and she's living in her car. Assuming that she's telling the truth, this is a flex. And she's flexing on all women. Women that are married, women that are not married. The flex is, it comes in multiple ways. The flex is, number one, I got it like that financially. Number two, I'm not beholden to any man or children. Number three, look at this mink or fur, whatever the hell that I'm wearing, right? Number four, I have the type of schedule I could just get up on a Wednesday and go to France and go meet up with some girlfriends. Huh? You damn right. And I want to say I clicked the right thing, y'all. So let me see if this is it. And we're going to play this. I think this is the clip I'm talking about with the Disney advertisement. So Arena Revised, I don't know if you ever saw this before. Shout out to all of my more recent subscribers. I haven't played this in a couple months. So y'all might not have never seen this before. But this will explain that hyper consumerism that you see a lot of women, white, black, Latina, Asian, or otherwise, what they're engaging in. This will explain much of why that is. Continuing, if it's the right clip.
Right, and I'm looking at black women the same way. Okay, if black men
God damn it, it's Sergeant Willie P. Sergeant, you are not who I'm trying to look for right now. I'll look for it in a minute, y'all. I'm gonna play another clip and see if I can find it in the interim. So let's do this. Let's play another antagonistic woman, and we'll get back to it. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Let me see if I can find that clip. Jesus. All right, y'all.
Having children in a patriarchal society is a humiliation ritual. If having a boyfriend is embarrassing, having a fucking baby daddy is mortifying. Now everybody knows what that takes. You took that shit raw, turned yourself into a little cum bucket for him, changed your body from the inside out, created a whole nother human with half of his DNA, and now you're just walking around as his fucking baby mama. Because, okay, think of men and their picture with their prize. Like their prize car, like to stand there, oh, look at all my cars. Or they like to stand there, look at all the fish I caught today. Just like to stand there and line up all the things that they conquered. How do they like to take family pictures? I'm the man, this is my wife, look at all my children. It's the same thing. Bearing their children, you now become like their first prey. And then they get to line up, because having children and having family for a man gives them clout. It gives them some legitimacy to stand on, because it tells the world, like, everyone knows this is common fucking knowledge, and this is why men get the clout when they're dating a woman. They look at the woman and they're like, oh, she's pretty fucking normal. She's pretty beautiful. What does she see in him? How many times do you hear that? What the fuck is that girl doing with that guy? Damn, what the fuck? He must have a big dick. He must make a lot of money. Exactly. So, and then you had kids with him. It's just to fucking humiliate you. It's to use control, because now you have the kids. So obviously if you want to keep your kids, if you want to stay together and see them every single day, you have to stay with him. So it provides him control. He can now control you to not leave the relationship. If you decide, well, no, fuck this, I'm still going to leave the relationship, here comes the humiliation again. Now you have to publicly be a single mom. Ugh. And everybody's going to be talking shit like single moms are the fucking toxic waste. And then he gets no shame. He can pay no child support, dodge income, dodge everything, become a total drain on society in every way just to avoid paying child support. But we're still going to look at the single mother and point fingers and, you're a single mother, why didn't you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, we're going to play that one more again because I missed a lot of that. Let's play that one more again. And I did find the right video, so we'll be able to play that in a minute, hopefully.
Having children in a patriarchal society is a humiliation ritual. If having a boyfriend is embarrassing, having a fucking baby daddy is mortifying. Now everybody knows what that takes. You took that shit raw, turned yourself into a little cum bucket for him, changed your body from the inside out, created a whole nother human with half of his DNA, and now you're just walking around as his fucking baby mama. Because, okay, think of men.
You changed your, what she said, your body for him, not for you. Like, what's fascinating, and women always lean to this. They are always the victims of men. Women want nothing. They just want to be loved, right? Women are the least self-interested creatures on the face of the earth. Human women, right? You let women talk, and they always are tricked or convinced into doing something that they didn't want to do. It's never, I wanted to do this, I thought I could handle it, I regret that now. It's never that. It's never, I did what I wanted to do, and now the consequences have come to bear, and oh boy, I wasn't ready. It's never that. It's never, I didn't listen to my elders or my wisers, those who are wiser than me. I didn't listen to them, I did what I wanted to do, and now I have to deal with the consequences. It's never that. Never. It's always, I got pregnant from him, he tricked me. Right? I had triple X fun, he tricked me. They're never self-interested and it backfires. They're never seeking pleasure and it backfires. Never. It's always mainly what some man did, or what men did, or what men constructed. Women are just here going along for the ride. No pun. They're never self-interested. You let them talk. Look at, essentially what she was saying is, look at what you allowed for him to do. No, she wanted it also, if not more. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Continuing.
Having children in a patriarchal society is a humiliation ritual. If having a boyfriend is embarrassing, having a fucking baby daddy is mortifying. Now everybody knows what that takes. You took that shit raw, turned yourself into a little cum bucket for him, changed your body from the inside out, created a whole nother human with half of his DNA, and now you're just walking around as his fucking baby mama. Because, okay, think of men and their picture with their prize. Like their prize car, like to stand there, oh, look at all my cars. Or they like to stand there and look at all the fish I caught today. They just like to stand there and line up all the things that they conquered. How do they like to take family pictures? I'm the man, this is my wife, look at all my children. It's the same thing. Bearing their children, you now become like their first prey, and then they get to line up, because having children and having family for a man gives them clout. It gives them some legitimacy to stand on, because it tells the world, like, everyone knows this is common fucking knowledge, and this is why men get the clout when they're dating a woman. They look at the woman and they're like, oh, she's pretty fucking normal. She's pretty beautiful. What does she see in him? How many times do you hear that? What the fuck is that girl doing with that guy? Damn, what the fuck? He must have a big dick. He must make a lot of money. Exactly. So, and then you had kids with him. It's just to fucking humiliate you. It's to use control, because now you have the kids. So obviously if you want to keep your kids, if you want to stay together and see them every single day, you have to stay with him. So it provides him control. He can now control you to not leave the relationship. If you decide, well, no, fuck this, I'm still going to leave the relationship, here comes the humiliation again. Now you have to publicly be a single mom. Ugh. And everybody's going to be talking shit like single moms are the fucking toxic waste. And then he gets no shame. He can pay no child support, dodge income, dodge everything, become a total drain on society in every way just to avoid paying child support, but we're still going to look at the single mother and point fingers and you're
She gave up the ghost, everyone. Her issue is that single mothers get shame and men don't. Single fathers don't. She gave up the game. That's her issue. That was the whole talk. It's coping talk. Regardless if she's a single mother or not, it's cope. It took her about a minute and some odd seconds, about a minute and 20 some odd seconds. She finally said it within that last maybe, what, 15 or so seconds? She finally said it. You know, much of why younger women are being radicalized, as I've said before, it's not the men and the boys radicalizing women, it's the women radicalizing young women. It's because we have women like this talking. Women like this talking is what's radicalizing young women. Huh? What no one is saying is that women are coping with being insufferable assholes by encouraging other women to be insufferable assholes. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Single women keeping women single. Insufferable asshole women who may struggle to get a man and definitely struggle to keep a man. Oh, we're not trying to keep no man. Just shut up. Right? Those women can't look in the mirror and say, you know what, maybe I'm the problem. And so because they can't look in the mirror and say, you know what, maybe I'm the problem, they go on a jihad, shout out to Trell, a shihad, pointing and blaming men, not just an individual man, not looking at what they find attractive and saying, you know what, maybe the problem is what I find attractive. Absolutely not. Nope, 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 no. They start doing the, you know what? It's the men. It's the way we socialize the boys. It's the way we socialize the men. The problem is that we're socializing the men not to kiss our ass. That's the problem. Huh? Yeah. So you gotta love it. Coping. That's another video of, once again, the antagonist ladies throwing shots. And that's all it is. She's throwing shots at the women and the men on that video. The men for just being men, of course. And women for being apparently naive. Right? Women throwing shots. The antagonist ladies throwing shots. I'm gonna have to change that the way I say antagonist. Antagonistic ladies, the antagonistic ladies throwing shots, probably antagonistic. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a better title. Yeah. So let's play this for those of you that I don't think might have ever seen this. I've played this multiple times on my channel. It's a mainstay. I've had to play this maybe a couple dozen times at this point. So this is about a 5-minute long clip, and it's going to help inform you on why the ladies are well, hyper consumers, especially for those of us that are younger Xers and younger. So about 50 and younger ish. But definitely for those of us millennials and Gen Z, this will give you a good idea of why the women sound the way they do. And continuing.
If this struck you as unusual when you were watching the series, that's because it was. In scholar Richard Bush's study of 262 so-called domestic situation comedies from 1946 to 1990 at least, he found that just 11% featured heads of household who were working class, i.e. doing blue-collar, clerical, or service work. Malcolm's father, and future drug lord as you may remember, plays a low-level clerical worker. This is despite the fact that most American workers qualify as working class. Back in 1976, scholars Gerbner and Gross addressed this still relevant trend, calling the exclusion of working-class families from television a symbolic annihilation of America's economic realities. The problem is especially bad on children's television, where a scant 2% of characters are depicted as working class. Now, this isn't exactly a coincidence. Showing stable middle and upper class families is good for business, especially if you're making a family-friendly sitcom. And the reason is simple: commercials. According to scholars Zieglinde Lemke and Wibke Schneiderman, as a form of mass entertainment financed by selling commercials to middle-class consumers, it seems logical that the predominant mode of representing class presupposes middle-class normativity. That is to say, watching the kid's skin stick to the seat in a rundown car with a broken radiator doesn't exactly put you in the mood to splurge on that cool new vacuum cleaner or a fancy bottle of cologne. In comparison, watching the Huxtables hang out in a brownstone while modeling yet another sick sweater from a seemingly endless pile brings viewers a sense of economic plenty that they might not feel in their day-to-day lives. Now, obviously, Malcolm in the Middle wasn't the first show to peddle an economic angst.
I'll tell you what they're going to pay you. They're going to pay you what all jobs pay. Less than you're worth and just enough to keep you crawling back for more.
We saw this as far back as the 50s with the Honeymooners, while the mid-70s brought Laverne and Shirley, and the late 80s saw the debut of America's most famous working-class family on Roseanne. But for anyone with enough business savvy, it just didn't seem financially smart to make a family or children's show about bringing your leftover egg breakfast to school for lunch.
What do you have? Leftover eggs from breakfast?
Which brings us to Disney. In a moment, that is. First, we have to look at 1980, when a broad cultural phenomenon began, the Reagan-era loosening of restrictions on entertainment regulations, including advertising during children's television programming. Now, after a major 70s-era crackdown on advertising to kids, you could only show a limited amount of commercials during children's programming, and were also required to produce educational and informative content for kids. When President Reagan and co. had essentially signed or vetoed all that away by 1984, things changed rapidly. A year after regulation, all of the top 10 best-selling toys had their own TV show. While child-centric product placement had occurred during television's early days, that was really no comparison to this new reality. The insane proliferation of TV character-aligned merchandising was dubbed the Strawberry Shortcake Strategy by Tom Engelhardt. That's thanks to the 1980 show's explosions of licensed dolls, video games, stickers, lunchboxes, and so on. And that reliance on branding would continue to increase from the 90s and on, as corporations realized what a valuable consumer demographic children could be. And though a 1990 congressional bill had reinstated some restrictions on such advertising, the industry had been changed forever. Increasingly, merchandising centered on children's television characters began blurring the line between consuming entertainment and just plain consumerism. And we're not trying to demonize your favorite Lizzie McGuire lunchbox. It's just a little weird. Which is why families like Malcolm in the Middle aren't the norm for places like the Disney Channel. While they didn't start making original live-action shows until the late 90s, they came in hard, quickly crafting what journalists Julia Borston and Alinda Wheat call a tween machine, in which pre-teenagers, and in this case primarily girls, were targeted through lifestyle marketing like the world had never seen. As scholar Morgan Genevieve Blue notes, the marketing was part and parcel with the programming decisions themselves, explaining that Disney Channel personnel worked closely with Disney Consumer Products and Disney Music Group to extend the network's fictional narratives across a variety of media and merchandise for tween girls. This was in order to effectively creep into the lives and life spaces of kids beyond the TV network. And that's according to a presentation given by President and CCO of Disney branded television, Gary Marsh himself. And the way they did it, mostly through appeals to girl consumers. As Blue explains, characters like Hannah Montana promote representations of aspirational celebrity and teen life via fashion and dress-up and musical performances. And this way, according to Blue, franchisable girl star personae both reflects and perpetuates a neoliberal turn in the United States, which privileges a performative and celebrity-oriented form of girlhood as the contemporary ideal, i.e. a girl who has all the products she needs to look and behave a certain way. In the aughts, this often took the form of sparkly clothes, as best seen in Disney's unprecedentedly large expansion into Walmart stores with clothing and lifestyle lines specifically marketed to middle and working class girls. And by 2014, Disney was racking in $3.99 billion of revenue in consumer products alone, driven largely by Disney Channel merchandise. The franchise elements of the Disney Channel explains why programmers need to make shows about securely middle-class families. Doing so both doesn't alienate working-class viewers, while also painting a fantasy of magical middle-classdom where money is never a problem and consumption is a high priority. That is to say, the family on Wizards of Waverly Place is a sandwich shop, but their apartment sure doesn't look that way. As Blue puts it, Disney's texts, products, and promotions may allay anxieties over vast systematic inequalities, in large part by painting an image of a world where families aren't struggling to make ends meet. This, of course, requires ignoring reality, like the fact that 14.4% of American children were growing up below the poverty line as of 2019.
I actually am worried about the future because I just want us to be.
Exactly, and we're back. So I had to play that for those of you who've never seen it before. Many of my subscribers have seen this before. Exactly. So why that's important to emphasize is these are who you're dealing with 20 and 30 years later. For Xers, definitely for us millennials, and even you Gen Z, they were hit with uncut cocaine lifestyle advertisement straight to the brain. You had 40 something, let's actually correct that. 20 some odd year old, 30 some odd year old, 40 some odd year old, 50 some odd year old ad execs, TV show directors, writers, mainly white men, selling lifestyle to little girls, white, black, Latina, Asian, or otherwise. Don't get hung up or stuck on just Disney. No, television, period. Selling lifestyle branding to little girls. Those little girls are now youngest of Xer, millennial, all, and Gen Z, all women. Huh? When you hear black women in luxury, when you hear all these women, white, black, Latina, Asian, or otherwise, talking about lifestyle, obsessed with luxury, obsessed with luxury apartment, luxury car, right? Red bottoms this, Louis that, Versace this. What did the young lady say? Play it again, Z.
One of the things that I love about being child free is here it is, a random Wednesday. I'm all packed and I'm getting ready to walk through the airport looking like somebody's rich wife. And I'm going to the south of France, baby. I'm flying into Nice and I'm going to Monaco and I'm meeting another girlfriend that is child free. And we're just out here living our best lives, you guys. These little Bottega glasses, these frames, eats. I got this coat from Zara, like it's faux fur, but baby, it's still making me look rich, okay? And little Versace tote bag, you know, all the essentials. And while I'm out there, I might do a little shopping, you know, because I only spend my money on me. It's great.
Let us not forget the Morgan Stanley memo. 45% of women are going to be single by 2030. That was not them giving a hell about society. That wasn't a warning. That wasn't a press the red button, ring the alarm. Oh my God, what are we going to do? That was them salivating because single women spend more money. Between the banks, between television and social media, you get these goddamn lifestyle addicts like this young lady I just played. What is she? She's talking about her glasses. Look at her. She's showing off. She's stunting. She's showing on the Versace tote bag, the Zara fake fur, whatever the hell, fake mink. And more importantly, she's speaking about traveling and she's going to go shopping in France. Oh, you know how many women are jealous of her right now? She's going shopping in France? Two main fashion hubs on the planet is Italy and France. Now she's going shopping in France. She's going to Paris? Huh? Yeah. And Krabby says, both alone looking rich. You talking about her and her homegirl? Look, you have no idea, Krabby, how many women will trade that. They'll trade the kids and the man in for looking rich. Huh? To look rich and to stun on other women? Oh, they'll trade the husband and the kids in. And homegirl knows that. That's why she did this video. Let's be very clear. She might be very happy in her life. There's another side of that. She could possibly be absolutely miserable. And the only time she feels alive is when she gets to tell other women how happy she is being single and how she has no limits and how she could just get up and go, which is what you saw here. Huh? Oh man, we don't begrudge women having nice things. There's nothing wrong with wanting better for yourself, wanting nice things, wanting something exclusive, maybe even wanting a couple of expensive things. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Women are holding their wombs hostage, though, for the nice things. And they think they're holding society hostage. Let me pause right here. If you think the likes of J.D. Vance, Stephen Miller, Barron Trump, Big Balls, notice Mr. Z ain't saying nothing about Donald Trump? Uh-oh. Huh? If you think those men, Nick Fuentes and them, huh? Hayden McDougal and them, if you think they're gonna let you ladies hold America hostage because you don't want to have children, you got another thing coming. I can't think of any young technocrats and politicians and whatnot in China. So I'm gonna just say Xi. If you look at Xi, what part of Xi's face lets you think that he gonna let China go down the way China never rise to where it could be? Because Chinese women, whether they earned it themselves or whether they're second, maybe third, probably second generation money, what part of Xi's face makes you think he gonna let the Chinese women hold China's future hostage because they don't want to have kids? Dear ladies, y'all got another thing coming if you think these elite men, technocrats, masters of the universe, are gonna let your little temper tantrum hold their civilization hostage, hold their birth rate hostage. All right, we'll see. Huh? So I had to play that Disney clip because the Disney clip also goes to the antagonism. The women are throwing a fit. They're throwing a fit. What happened to the men with the money and the lifestyle? I didn't get this college degree to end up with 5'7" blue collar Bob that makes $57,000 a year. That's what they're thinking. Not all women, because if it was all women, then we would really have a problem. But enough. Huh? You damn right. Now, never mind that she's only making 55,000, 52,000. Okay, fine, Z, fine. She's making $72,000 a year. But she can't be with 5'7" earning, 5'7" tall, $53,000 a year earning Bob. And there's nothing wrong with that until you scale it. Huh? Until you scale it. Once you scale this, you end up where we are now, with these little antagonistic, mean asshole women everywhere. An individual woman thinking like this, it's not the end of the world. One or two women thinking like this, not the end of the world. 1 or 2% of women thinking like this, not the end of the world. Once you start working on 10+%, 20, a quarter, a third, half plus of women thinking like this, you got a problem on your hands. Major problem. Huh? Oh boy. So yeah, let's play. Let's finally play. And shout out to Passport OG. BJ said, why are they bothering us? What else they gonna do? BJ, they can't just say they don't care. That's not good enough. What, you know what it is? It's the person. Okay, BGS has a YouTube channel also. It's the person that tells you they're gonna unsubscribe. They don't just unsubscribe and go away. They type up a couple of paragraphs about how you did this or you did that. They can't believe you said this or you said that. And then they unsubscribe, or they lie about unsubscribing. but they tell you they're gonna unsubscribe. They don't just go away. That's the women. Huh? We don't care about you no more. We have decentered men. We're doing our own thing. No, you're not. No, you're not. Ain't nobody more centered on men than a woman who told you she's decentering men. Right? So they're bothering us, Beach, yes, because that's where their sense of power comes from. Their sense of power comes from telling you how much she don't care because she really does care. Ain't no one centered men more than a woman that told you she decentered men. Okay, yeah, that's it. And Toya says, we have to have things to complain about. It makes us happy. And there you go. And there you go, right? And let me see, because I feel like, there, I knew it. And Blue Sock says, and thank you for the super chat, salute. There are going to be some fine-ass old single chicks around here in 2050. We'll be going to the 50-plus only communities to turn up. Hysterical, low-key true. I mean, if you have a bunch of Regina Halls and Claudia Jordans and Tarajis and you know, if you have that over 50, that's not the end of the world. That ain't what you're gonna have over 50 though. Not in mass. Huh? If the women looking like Taraji, if they're looking like Claudia Jordan or Regina Hall, yeah. Right? No kids, you don't got to worry about them having kids. Uh-oh. You don't got to worry about getting her pregnant. Talking about shooting the club up. Huh? Shout out to 3-6 Mafia. Talking about tearing the club up. Huh? Yeah. But how many women are going to look like Tracy Ellis Ross or Taraji or Claudia Jordan? Huh? At 50 something. Regina Hall at 50 something. Huh? Just saying. So yeah, I don't know how many women gonna look like that, Blue Sox. I mean, at 50 plus, you know, looking like I said, Claudia Joe. Okay, Ebony K. Williams is probably still gonna look like Ebony K. Williams at 50. She ain't gonna change too much, probably. But how many women are gonna look like her at 50? Huh? Look at Angela Bassett when she was Angela Bassett, what, in her 60s now? Look at her when she was in her 50s. How many women are gonna look like that at 52 and 53 and 54? It happens. Rare. Huh? Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what the type of time money of the women gonna be on in their 50s and definitely in their 60s. AJ Johnson. Oops. Y'all forgot about AJ Johnson on that Breakfast Club interview talking about how she had a train wreck on her practically. Uh-oh. Yeah, because in the 50s, all dreams and aspirations of a certain type of outcome is gone. Huh? Y'all forgot what AJ Johnson was talking about when she was on the Breakfast Club? Low-key talking about how she said she had a threesome or something, or was it a train wreck on her? And she was trying to make it seem like it was empowering because of, look, and nothing the women do is never not empowering. They don't feel shame for nothing. They're going to shame you. Especially if they throw in a temper tantrum. Shout out to AJ Johnson. For AJ Johnson to look how she's looked since what, the late 80s? House Party AJ Johnson? Huh? Tyrese mom on Baby Boy AJ Johnson? You've been fine and dark your entire adult life. Shut up with it didn't work with men. It didn't work with a black man. Not you, lady. I don't want to hear no colorism talk from AJ Johnson. Shut the hell up. Huh? Jake Zero says she's okay. So it was a train, yeah. And she had to frame it like it was empowering. Shut up, huh? Hey, relevant though. Relevant. I'll pipe. I find her attractive anyway. I know a lot of people can't stand her, but she be doing way too much talking, especially for her position. I ain't saying no names. Y'all should see who Relevant said. Anyway, but I'll pipe. Anyway, moving along. Ms. Z, you ain't hear none of that. Anyway. The way she going, she might be single up until, you never know. She might have a little something on the side that we don't know about. Yeah, you never know. Another one that's single right now, and I'm like, bro, you are wasting cute chubby cheeks. Brianna Joy Gray. I'm just saying, oops. Yeah, that's another one. I'm not gonna go down the list, y'all. I ain't gonna go down the list. We're gonna stop right there. Continuing. And Big Mo says the technocrats and the authoritarian portion of the right will make society into Handmaid's Tale if these petulant and pedantic women want to F around and find out. Yeah, F around and find out. I don't think they think that that's possible. Yeah, but she got kids though, King Picks. Huh? Last time I checked, she got kids, right? Bruce Wayne said, Z, I can save her. Which one? Huh? Oh, man. But, yeah, Big Mo, look, I don't think they think that. Shout out to JD Vance, because JD Vance, I'm telling y'all, he would pull it. I could see it in his face, he would pull it. Nothing about JD Vance said he wouldn't pull that. Stephen Miller, Hayden McDougal, Nick Fuentes, even though we know he like dudes. Anyway, pause. Allegedly. You think they wouldn't pull it? Big Mo, I agree with you. They would pull it. They would pull it. Oh, y'all not gonna have kids? All right, we could do this the easy way or the hard way. Y'all better find somebody. We giving y'all 3 months. If you don't got a man in 3 months, all right then. We gonna give you a man. You ain't gonna like it. Huh? Nothing about JD Vance's face, because JD Vance, JD Vance is, I could tell he's a WS all the way, even though he got an Indian wife. He's a WS, and he appreciates the building blocks that maintain a society. And he know what built white America. Don't ever let JD Vance fool y'all. If you think JD Vance wouldn't pull something like that, I don't know what JD Vance you talking about. No. Especially Stephen Miller. If you think Stephen Miller wouldn't pull, all right. Huh? Steve Bannon, you think Steve Bannon wouldn't pull something like that? Okay. Yeah, but ask somebody. Yeah. You think Steve Bannon wouldn't pull something like that? Y'all already see what type of time Elon's on. How many kids Elon got again? You know Elon will pull it. Huh? Angela Bassett's married. Bruce Wayne says, I could save them, Z. All of them. Angela Bassett can get it. I know, I saw when you said she could get free head. Right? She could get free head from you. Look, Angela Bassett is married. But shout out to Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett is still attractive for her age. Shout out to Angela Bassett. Right? We gonna respect her in her marriage. But yeah. And she know it. Right? And she know it. Right? So, going back to the antagonistic ladies, I titled this all wrong. I put antagonist ladies throwing shots. I should put antagonistic ladies throwing shots. I'll change the title after. I wanted to play those clips for y'all, play it for the technocrats, whoever might be listening, to emphasize who's radicalizing who. To also emphasize women are human beings too, everyone. They experience sadness, happiness, loneliness, horniness, all of it. Arousal, we'll say. All of it. Huh? Exactly relevant. You look at his eyes, you look at his face, you already know he'll do it. You gotta look past the eyeliner though. Goddamn Z, you saying he got eyeliner too? I'm saying he looked like dude from My Chemical Romance with the goddamn eyeliner. Not Mr. Z referencing My Chemical Romance. I said it. Oh man. Just saying. Continuing. Let me stop. No, but I wanted to play the clips of the ladies being little antagonistic assholes, celebrating the birth decline, just being general antagonistic assholes, right? Why? To emphasize, this is what Dr. Richard Reeves and Professor Galloway, Scott Galloway, this is what they're battling against. It's not us. What we're attempting to do is spare men, particularly young men, from ending up with one of these megalomaniac women. Definitely not having children from one of these megalomaniac women. Huh? Oh boy. And Jake says, I saw Taraji in person last month. She still got it. She looks really good with the short hair. It's not short for real short, but like that kind of Anita Baker style short hair she got. I like it. I think it looked good on her. I think it fits her face. Right? I always thought Taraji was attractive. That's besides the point. Single. Huh? Yeah, so yeah. Oh, she got a mini pixie bob now, and Jake says it's like a mini pixie bob. Yeah. Taraji's attractive. Just single. You know, yeah. It once again to the ladies. Y'all can listen to these little bitter betties all you want. It's your future. It's your future. All this little antagonistic talk. All right, we'll see. Huh? Sounds good.
Men make money to have more women, but women make money to stay away from men. In a guy's hero journey, when he's rich, he's gonna have it all. Sports car, mansion, all the beautiful ladies gonna throw themselves at him. He's not gonna settle down. He's gonna sleep with as many as he wants. But if you ask a woman, what would you do if you were rich? You will barely find a man in her future plans. Like for me, if I'm filthy rich right now, the first thing I would do is to retire my bestie. I would get us a big ass apartment with fantastic sea view. I would ask her to move in with me, okay, to teach her husband. We can travel the world together, do whatever we want. I'll pay for everything. I think I will be really happy spending the rest of my life with my girlfriends, living in the big ass Barbie house. Why would a man be there?
Y'all thought Mr. Z only had one or two antagonistic Asian women. The Asian women on the same type of time. Send a tall, good-looking white man at them, though. Hey, I don't want to hear nothing from no Asian women, bro. Nothing. I don't believe nothing you saying until I send name the tall, good-looking white dude at you, and then you reject him. Then maybe I believe you about enjoying your single life. Maybe. Look at Mr. Z struggling and say maybe. Maybe. Maybe I believe you afterward. Maybe. BJS says pay for D. BJS on the low, maybe she'll pull it, but that's not something she would want out there. Not with that type of attitude. Huh? And she's not the only one. That's an Asian woman. Play the black woman, Z.
My favorite part of the declining birth rate is watching all of these men have meltdowns online. What's wrong with women these days? They're not doing their natural duties. Who's gonna continue my legacy? What legacy, Kyle? The legacy of not clipping your toenails before leaving the house in flip-flops? You're not gonna help me raise a baby. You can't even raise your own hygiene standards. Women are not flesh vessels for mediocrity. You expect us to birth a legion of genetically predispositioned tech bros? When you treat women like an option instead of a priority, we prioritize ourselves by raising the fuck out of our standards. Some of you can barely text a woman back, and you want us to bring forth your DJ-infused offspring into the world by cracking open our pussies wide enough it can cosplay as the Sarlacc bit from Star Wars? Nope. Sorry, this isn't the Tesla-sponsored Tradwife Hunger Games, yet. The only legacy I'm continuing is watching Gilmore Girls in the fall while I chug rosé from Trader Joe's. Where you leave.
That's a white woman being a little antagonistic asshole. I'm just making sure that we all know that all of them out here sounding stupid. Continuing. And remember, this is going home after hanging out with women who hate men. Right? Oh boy. Black women. Antagonistic asshole. Right? So, and we'll just play the because Mr. C got to go. We got things to do. Reckless. We are reckless. But yeah, you already know. Anyway, let's play this from Destro again. Shout out to Destro who helped to inspire this. And watch the young white man heartbreaking. You see, this is how y'all be creating them all the way to incel this, incel that, small peen energy. I just want the women to appreciate, it's not red pill content. It's you. Exhibit A.
Why would a man choose to become a dark berserker?
900 comments. 900 comments from men saying that they will never open their heart to a woman again.
Hey, your biggest secret?
I'm cheating on my boyfriend. With like 5 other guys.
I'm confused how he doesn't know.
Because I have a separate account.
Well, why not just break up with your boyfriend?
One of the top 5 things on my bucket list for 2026 is taking a man that's already been through hell and showing him it actually gets absolutely the worse.
And remember, ladies, the whole plot is to be useless, self-centered, and selfish with your body. The game is to do less, give less, and require more.
We can't take anymore.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if your man is paying for rent, it doesn't mean he's providing for you. You would have had to pay for rent with or without you there.
With or without you there.
I need the men in my DMs to understand I'm gonna ask for some money. I'm always ask for some money. The first day we meet, the first message you send, I'm gonna ask for some money.
Destroy it.
My body count was 2 when I broke up with my ex. My body count is now 19.
I just went up to a girl outside of a bar and I said, I love your outfit, what's your name? And
pay attention.
She said, who the fuck are you? I love New York City.
We may not.
And that is how you create a Stephen Miller. I'm just saying. That's how you create a JD Vance. Right? No, not with Stephen Miller. He's been an asshole since he was a kid. But that's how you created a JD Vance, though. Look, turn around, go to one of your notable state schools, start working in local politics, and next thing you know, you can't do baby deletions anymore. Next thing you know, no more no-fault divorces in your state. You wonder why. Y'all seen the look on his face? All right. I just want us to remember, we keep speaking about men like men are awkward and weird and incel and all of this, right? They're watching too much manosphere content, too much red pill content. And our daughters are little innocent, hapless creatures that wouldn't harm a fly. They're so nice and so accommodating and all that talk. Yeah, that sound good. So, on that note, everyone, we'll end out here. We will pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. I'm gonna play that I Want to Be Worship clip probably next stream. So thank you for that, Passport OG. I know I kind of rushed you to get that, and then I didn't play it. I want to play it later. And there's another clip. There's a couple of other more clips I actually want to play. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow, so I'm going to try to do it later on tonight, maybe tonight. We'll see if we can shoot for tonight. So that's the goal. Maybe a stream tonight. If not, maybe tomorrow morning, possibly. So let's see. And on that note, everyone. Well, yeah, because he's small hat, right? And Most is saying, most fat, not most deaf. Most fat says Stephen Miller, honorary white WS. Yeah, well, he's small hat. So, but he's been if you scroll down far enough in my community tab, you will see a some more news did a covered him. This was maybe 2-3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago, 2 months ago, more like it. And yeah, they go through, dude's been sounding like this since a child. He's been a little antagonistic, xenophobe since a child. He was an asshole to the Latinos he went to school with. He actually had a Latino friend that he said, I gotta stop being your friend, essentially because I'm better than you, right? Yeah, he's dude, and I'm talking about like 12, 13 years old type talk. So Yeah, he's been this guy. So that speech that he gave after CK died, that's been him. That's been him. Right? So yeah. Yep. No, for real. And Joe said, Claire and I said, watch this. No, that's really him. Yeah. Yeah. And you could he's only a couple of years older than Z. I'm telling you, he's aware. JD Vance is aware. He gets it. And whether he becomes vice president or not, not vice president, what am I saying? Whether he becomes president or not, especially if he becomes president, you got an issue. Right? Because yeah, he would operate different. He would operate different, right? You're talking about somebody that appreciates the building blocks of what create and maintains a society. So, and elevates it. And I'll say this. Those men will be damned if they let a bunch of temper tantrum throwing ass women hold the society hostage through their wombs. Either those men will push for the tech bros and whatever to create the artificial womb, which once again we're pretty sure we have. We can see it with China, and make it more mainstream and rip away the stigma of it, or women go. All right. Anyway, I ain't gonna say none of that. Again, so we'll just pause right here, everyone. We'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Ooh, goddamn, Krabby! I'm trying to get down the stream, and let me address this for a couple minutes. Then, Krabby says, "I don't think women like JD on both sides. I don't think JD Vance likes women. I'm not calling him LGBTQ. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying I think JD Vance has the same thought about women that Nick Fuentes does, and I'm not. I really mean that. I'm not calling him LGBTQ. When women say men don't like us, I sit down with that and I really think, y'all really think y'all are more likable than y'all actually are? Do y'all think y'all are talking about something interesting? When Nick Fuentes told Tucker Carlson that he doesn't really find women that interesting or whatever he said, I'm like, yes, one or two. Like, clearly we've been around interesting women and funny women and all that. Like, men have been around the women that have personality, and the personality is not being a mean, antagonistic asshole or a little sassy know-it-all, a teacher's pet. We've been around actual women who are cool, but the masses are not. And so when you say, I don't think women like JD, I don't think JD Vance likes women. And it's understandable. Huh? So we'll pause right there, everyone. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God. And Mr. Z out. All right, y'all.
You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.